Hey everybody! In today's video, I am going to show you some fun mixed media projects that I did for the current Hero Arts summer catalog this year. It's got a mixed media focus and it's really fun. So I wanted to make a junk journal cover. I discovered that a lot of the postcards that I get as junk mail are exactly the same size, those oversized postcards. And I could fold them in half and make like the perfect small journal page out of them. So I'm going to put a link. I have a journal making, handmade journal class where you can learn how to put the inside of the book together. I used to be a rare book preservation technician, so I know how to make books and I know how to fix books, and that comes in handy when you love mixed media and you like to make your own journals. So I took the chain link die cut and the Lox fancy dies, which I love. I've used these several times on my channel, as you know, and I covered a piece of sturdy chipboard. I'll link you to the chipboard. You want the thicker kind for the covers. And I coated that with clear gesso, let that dry, glued my die cuts onto there. And you really want to make sure everything is totally covered with glue because the paint that I'm putting on top is actually pretty wet and that might pull your die cuts up. So not only cover every surface with glue, but also really make sure it's dry before you go to this next step. Now I combined these two kind of unusual colors of paint together because they make this beautiful, like rich dark teal when I put them together. And that's the color that I wanted for this book because I wanted a complementary color wax on top of these to make these really look like metal. So feel free to mix your acrylic paints. It's just like watercolor or anything else. They mix beautifully. These look great together and give it sort of an old verdigris kind of color. Doesn't have to be completely mixed. You'll see there are some lighter areas and darker areas. I think that just adds to the charm. So now I'm taking these rub-on waxes and I'm rubbing them onto the die cuts to highlight them. But I'm also putting them in the background so that the entire thing looks like maybe an old metal door, that kind of thing. It just has a ancient metallic look to it that I love. And I am using several different colors of the wax. So I'm starting with the copper, but I'm also going to use the silver and the gold and a couple of the other mixes. The silver really highlights the die cuts and their texture, so I tend to use that kind of sparingly and at the end, but it really makes them pop off of this journal cover. Now I have another set with sort of a more bronzy gold that I'm adding. I really like mixing these instead of just using one. I think that it adds to the look of sort of authentic metal. And it's kind of a fun process because it's very tactile. You get to go over the texture on the die cuts and it's just fun. It's just a fun little activity. So you can see the different colors that are here. The dark colors are nice as well. If you wanted to add just a dark element, I added a little bit of green and that sort of just makes the background more interesting and colorful. And then, like I said, I like to sort of finish with the pearly white, the silver, that kind of thing, and use that sparingly because that will really make whatever you put it on pop out against the background. Now, I also made a card. So this doesn't have to be a journal cover. So I will show you a photo of what it looks like as a card. It's just as beautiful, just as dimensional and realistic as a card. And you can see my binding there where I put the cover onto the book. Have some tulip pink fabric on there. I love that stuff. And I'm just going to show you the inside of the book and the contents and the postcards that it's made out of. So there is my Wild Birds Unlimited There's a roofing company, all sorts of things in here. And these are all the same size. So look through your junk mail because these make great little journals. All you have to do is gesso the pages and you're ready to get started on your little art journal. So have fun with that. It's a very fun process. Apparently, Splotchy wants to be in this video. Hopefully you can hear him in the background. Head over to my blog for more information and a giveaway on this summer catalog. And thanks so much for watching.